Rolling with my niggas with the top down. Best believe we gon' be alright. Open up the pack and crack it.
Oh yeah, we back with another one. What's this? This 1, 2. I got the 4 pretty. That's 4 right there. 4. How y'all feeling so far with 4?
Who got 4 chips right now?
LeBron. We feel like that was a good one. I like that.
Me,
That
who
was
got
a
4
good
chips?
one. That was a good one. But look, I'm your host, Swan the Dawn, the bearded one, the one and only. Look, which camera we in, Frank? I'm right here. I'm in it. Look, the bearded one. I got the fresh cut. Got to do the slight little bump for y'all. I can't give y'all too much, but yeah, I got my boy right next to me.
What's good, people? This your boy Rod Dollar, Mr. Mcqueen.
Yeah.
You know what time it is.
What you say from the
901 to the 917.
We got to switch that to the 718. Son,
Look,
you're in Brooklyn, bro.
Oh, no, he did say 718 before.
Never said 718.
Nah, he
bro.
did.
The phone 917, so.
If you living in Brooklyn, you got to claim 718.
718, yeah, that's it.
That's
All right,
it. That's it.
Yo, it's your boy, Carl, a.k.a. Carl Navy, a.k.a. the neighborhood shooter.
I love that one the most.
The legend, as some might say.
Right.
Today,
Yeah.
we have an amazing guest.
Yes, sir.
My boy, Kristian.
Yes, sir.
Feel me? Wait. We're not done. It's not
We're
just
not done.
not just Kristian.
Not just Kristian.
Not just Kristian.
Yeah.
Currently, senior writer at the Daily News. Hold on.
We got more.
Currently, one of the most illustrious NBA reporters and writers. It's my boy, Kristian Winfield.
Yes, sir.
My
My
guy.
boy Kristian is here. Yes,
That boy.
What's going on?
Yo, I just wanted to say, you know what I mean? Like, we've been blessed with some pretty good guests up to now, you know what I mean? And, like, it's only right that we keep the ball rolling.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? We had to bring you in here.
I appreciate that for having me, man.
Yeah.
This is fire. Episode 4, right?
Yeah, episode
That's
4,
a
bro.
fact.
Get it.
4 for 4. Big
Facts.
facts. How did you even meet Kristian?
Oh, yo, the way I met this dude is hilarious, bro. So, like, I'll never forget, because I used to be cool with people from Banneker and then, like, also
Yeah.
from Brooklyn High School. But, like, one day we just went to my boy, I think that's when I was, like, Lincoln Jabari.
Yeah,
So we
yeah.
pulled up to, you feel me, Samori crib. And we get in the crib, and it's a cook-off in the crib, bro. Like, literally.
How old are y'all, bro?
Bro, this is high school.
We in high school.
But
You
it's
just having a
literally
cook-off in high
no,
school?
look,
That's OD.
so it's him and his mom versus Samori and
Wait,
Yeah.
Mom,
it's fire though. So we there.
I thought y'all had the free crib. Mom Dukes in the
Right.
crib.
Moms versus moms, me versus my
Bro.
mans, bro. Smoke them.
Bro,
Got them out of here.
wait, look, so I just walked in thinking, all right, it's gonna be normal, you know, I'm just going to say what up. I become a chef. Not a chef, I become a judge of this cooking competition, bro. So I'm just like, we just here getting these good eats. Like, they're like, all right. Nah, literally,
Yeah,
bro.
nah,
Like,
that's
I
what
was
it
on the
was.
board, like, judging. I'm like, yo, this is
Yeah.
crazy.
What
But
did
I'm not
you-
gonna lie.
That's what I was about to
They
say.
won,
like, yeah.
but Samori's
close.
moms be wild.
Nah, Samori moms, if
She
you
got
ever
the-
need the carrot cake,
Nigga, the
need
carrot cake,
pop-
the
yo,
cake
they-
pops. Got them from my
pops are
girl
crazy.
one Valentine's Day. Nigga.
Yo, nah. shout out
Nigga,
to
whole
Samori
bouquet of
moms.
them shits.
Tapped in.
nah.
Shout out to her, bro, for
That's
real.
a fact.
Nah,
That's a
that
fact.
day, yo, it was me and my mom's, and what did we make? It was like a secret ingredient we had to use. I think it was buckwheat.
know.
We made some. I think we made like
good.
I don't think, was it plantain? Was it a plantain based
I don't
dish
know,
that we
bro.
made?
Y'all snapped, though.
Yeah,
They
we
snapped.
made a
I can't
dessert.
front. They
We made a
snapped.
bunch of different things, and Samori moms was throwing down, but Samori a liability, so he was kind of
right.
weighing.
Yeah,
was
he
weighing
not-
the
he
whole
not
ship
too
down.
good in it.
Nah, he not too good at very many things.
You know,
bro,
I
so
won't talk.
He not here to speak for
Yeah,
himself.
he's supposed to be.
We gotta
He
let
might-
him
he might
live.
pop up.
Man,
Yeah,
he may or may not pop up later on.
he
But
might,
nah,
might.
shout outs to Samori. That's my man.
Shout out to
But nah, ever since then, me and Carl been cool. Carl just pop up at all the flexes, all the anything, bro. Anytime I pop by Samori crib, he might be there. He be at the park hooping. I don't even be hooping like that, but I know Carl gonna be there.
we
Yo,
need you
Can
to
I ask you a quick question? Is Carl nice?
Oh my God, he don't.
I
Bro,
probably wouldn't even know because I
don't
haven't really
know, 'cause
hooped, but I heard
I just
stories.
need
You
to
know what I'm
ask, bro.
saying?
No beef,
I
bro.
heard.
This man right here though.
I just want. Well, I'm just asking a question, bro.
You have to be a victim, bro.
Every week is the same thing.
I can't ask a question if
y'all
you
need
can
to
play
just
or not.
record the next episode of the pod at a park.
We
You
could.
know what I'm saying? And just settle that
He
right then
tested
and
me.
there.
He want to come to the park so bad. Just get smoked, bro. Like,
Oh no.
I just asked a
He
question.
be
bro.
around pro NBA players.
This is what I be
more
trying to
often than me.
tell him.
No, bro.
This is what I'm trying to tell
because
him.
you train with Isaiah, yo, that shit. You think because you be with Isaiah Whitehead, that shit gonna get you right? Nah, nigga.
Nah, that was a good one. You might have been holding that one for a minute, but I met Kristian. I know they're currently a writer for the Brooklyn Nets right now, and I know I'm about to say this shit again. They getting tired of it, but I currently work for the Brooklyn Nets, and that's how I met this guy.
Yeah.
Just seeing him in the locker room, and like shout out to all those writers over there, but he just stood out. Like he was young. I was like, yeah, he's tapped in differently. And I looked at these other guys. They got the big, nasty suits on. They got ketchup on their shirts. They smell like pretzels. Like it's just
wildin'.
it's looking crazy. And then it was a couple of dudes in there that was tapped in. And I could tell he was one of those dudes. And it just came a point in time where I would just be like, yo, what up, bro? You good? Yeah, I'm good. And
appreciate
kept
that,
it moving like that. But from basically seeing him during that time and seeing him grow now, that shit is just fire. Like, big time.
Man. It's crazy because part of basketball, part of like covering the sport is just like making connections with everybody. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like even people like, I've never hit you up on some, I'm writing a story about this,
That's
that,
a
that.
fact.
But it's just relationships. Everything is relationship building. And just like from the security guy who's out front, outside
That's
the door
a
that
fact.
lets us in, I give him a pound every time I see him, like, yo, how you doing? How's the fam? Everybody. So, you know what I'm saying? Of course I'm gonna show 11. You just be around. We just be chilling. I'm like, yo, who is this dude in here? But nah, it's just mad
Young
cool.
black
So,
dude, the bearded one. Right.
Exactly.
Big facts. Before we jump into our segment today, we want to definitely touch on a very big topic that's going on today in our world.
Sure.
Over in Nigeria. If you are not familiar with what's going on, I'm going to go ahead and give you a quick context of what is taking place in Nigeria right now. All right.
So sad, man.
But this is coming from the Wall Street Journal, and it basically says, why have Nigerians taken the streets? Nigerians began demonstrating in early October, calling for the ban of a notorious police unit, the Special Anti-Robbery Squad, that has been long accused of violent harassment. The protests erupted after the video showed a SARS officer allegedly shooting a man in the Delta State before driving off. Peaceful protests organized under the hashtag #EndSARS spread across the country of 206 million people and to Nigerian communities in the U.S. and Europe in solidarity with the movement. So basically, I think just that little paragraph within itself, it doesn't explain what's going on at the most part, but it gives you an insight. From what I've seen over the last couple of days and weeks, I don't have words for it for the simple fact we have gone through the same things here in the U.S., but to see what's taking place over there, it's more at an extreme level, and it's scary. And for those people, like if you think about like technology and just the things they've been through as a whole country, like they've been through worse times and they've been through tougher times. But I think this right here is going to be one for the books, and it's definitely something that needs to be spoken about. I've seen videos where somebody got shot. I think it was 4 guys like running down the block from the police, and they shot them like with an AK-47. And then I also seen another post today where this guy, he posted, it's gonna be here. Like I'm gonna get the screenshot and we'll put it in the video. But he basically wrote a tweet saying like, SARS won't get me, like they won't kill me. And 4 hours later they killed him. They got him. Mm-hmm. So I think right now it's a tough time. We definitely need to bring light to it. Yeah. And for the leaders we have here in the U.S., like if you can help, please help. Like I see a lot of leaders that are stepping up, which is amazing because when we go through problems here in the U.S., other countries are definitely there to step up for us first. Yeah. So I definitely wanted to give some insight on that. And how do y'all feel about it?
I love seeing, just people using their platforms and their voices. Like anybody I know is black, white, Hispanic, African, wherever you come from. People are either A, on social media, B, out there protesting. And I kind of feel like, we set the scene for the capability to be able to do this, unfortunately, because we have to deal with this in our own country. Earlier this year, you know what I'm saying, right when George Floyd got killed, people was in the streets. I was in the streets, you know what I'm saying? I was just like, yo, nah, this is not it. But at that point, you kind of start to see, all right, it's not just black people out there marching. It's people of all different walks of life coming together for a common goal. And you kind of see that here, and especially in New York and different parts of the country. We see people coming together and protesting, and I love that. But it's also like, now what? So we've mobilized, we got people out and marching. But now what do you do with that? And that's always the question, right? What do you do now that you have all this attention on you?
Yeah, it's kind of hard because, you know, these people are protesting because they're being oppressed, but it's like, where are the repercussions? The oppressors aren't gonna give themselves, you know what I mean? Like, they're not gonna slap. If anything, they'll slap themselves on the hand, and you know, because I saw there was something where they basically, as a result of the protest, they dissolved the SARS unit into like another unit. But then they hired some people from the same unit. Right. So it's kind of like,
for what?
It's kind of like, it's kind of like hiring a bad cop again, but not having.
It's like
him
firing a bad cop.
Feel me? Firing him,
put him in the FBI.
Yeah, and then they're still working under like they're still working how they work. You know, they're still moving how they move, and it's kind of crazy when I saw how they discriminate against Nigerians, young people that look like they're well off, look like they have money. They said if you have an iPhone, you're a target. It's kind of crazy to me. You know what I mean? And it's like we all have iPhones, so it's like, damn, we you know, here it's like, you know, being black, but it's like having an iPhone and being black is like, it's like, what the hell?
And when I look at it too, it's literally black cops killing other blacks. That shit is crazy, bro.
Yeah, man.
Like, how do you feel about that, bro?
Oh, like you said, it's just like the brutality, man. It's ridiculous. The things that I'm seeing like on social media and stuff is almost unbelievable. And like Carl saying, like, it's just, we just have to bring light to it because yes, we are going through a lot of crazy shit here in America, but when you see like you said, it's like black on black, so it's not even a race thing. It's about like abuse of power, like a crooked system, and
fighting for your rights.
Yeah, it just goes so much deeper, and just to see, you know, my black brethren going over there just suffering.
And then when I see situations like this, I always feel bad because it's like, what can I do? But I know I can't change shit, but I could try. But then it's like, we always end up back in the same spot, and this shit been going on for years, bro. Like speaking about that, like what's going on, like with the SARS, but just like police brutality as a whole, and like just black people, we deal with a lot of shit, and then it's like, when is this shit gonna stop? Like literally, bro. I'm like I said in the first episode, I'm tired of getting patted on the back. I'm tired of that shit, bro. I'm tired of protesting. That protesting shit, it has a very meaningful meaning, but we always end up in the same spot. At some point in time, we're just gonna have to go with aggression and, like, honestly, bro, like, show people we fucking not playing.
Yeah, but at the same time, we're here. You know what I'm saying? Like, we're in the U.S. and over it's tough to really talk about what it is that they need to do to get themselves out of oppression, because number one, they ain't asked for that. That's right. They're born into that situation, and number two, it's not that easy to get out, because if it was easy, it'd be gone already. You know what I'm saying? It'd be a wrap if it was already easy. If it was easy to do it, so it's tough to just sit here from thousands and hundreds of thousands of miles away and say, hey, you know, protesting isn't enough. We don't have the answers. You know what I'm saying? And that's the toughest part. It's like, yo, we want to help, but literally don't know where to even start. Protesting sounds cool in theory, but at the end of the day, all it is shining light on an issue that over there they're not even trying to take care of. Like you said, they're hiring bad cops to replace the other ones. It's like,
and it's a cycle, and it's kind of like it kind of sucks because it's like there's not one real answer, and it's like, you know, what we go through here, what we've dealt with forever. I don't think I know one black person that hasn't had an issue with a cop before, honestly. I don't know one black person that hasn't been profiled. But it's like, to be over there and be, you know, we think this is terrible what we deal with, but over there right now it's looking even worse, bro.
What I'm seeing,
I'm seeing wild. It's wild, bro.
It's wild. They found the warehouse today where they were actually hiding all of the food and equipment for these people to have due to COVID. So the cops basically, they received all of these things, this food, equipment, everything to help these people out, and locked it up in this warehouse. And gratefully, these people found it, broke into the warehouse, and took everything that they needed. But it's like, bro, wow, this is look, if there's some way that we can make this more of a conversation, or any way that we can donate or anything, please write below in the comments. And we'll also do the same on our end. We'll try to put some fundraisers and donations within the link in the bio. But like I said, well, I didn't say this, but this is new to me. I don't really have a lot of information on it, but if there's any way that I can enhance my thinking on it, or I can help, please write it in the comments and please let us know.
It just makes you feel like powerless and helpless. You know what I'm saying? Because like at least over here, like with George Floyd and Breonna Taylor and stuff like that, like you could see steps being taken, right? You could see people sitting down with congresswomen, with congressmen, with politicians, with different things like that. Over here, we have no clue how our voice impacts what they're going through over there. We have not the slightest idea. We have no idea if our donations will actually make it over there. You know what I'm saying? So it's rough. Like he said, if somebody knows different ways, I would love to help out.
Yeah, for sure. But we definitely wanted to tap into that. Like I said, comment below and let us know what we can do on our end to go ahead and, you know, push this thing forward and for us to get over this hump. And definitely, Kristian, we want to get into your journey. You know, we're going to talk about your journey. We're going to talk about sports. We're going to talk about music. We're going to talk about music, but we're going to get into that later. We're going to tap in for sure. But first question I got for you is how was it growing up in Bed-Stuy and also attending Benjamin Banneker at that time?
Shout out to the Stuy,
Facts, bro. I will say this. I'm not sure there's another place on the planet that I would have rather grown up than Brooklyn. That's a fact. Like,
we just said this literally.
Nowhere else. And granted, like I didn't grow up in LA, so I don't know what that's like. I didn't grow up in Miami. I didn't grow up in Houston and Toronto. I didn't grow up in none of those cities. So obviously I'm a little biased, but we just had our pick of doing whatever you wanted to do. People was always outside. You know what I'm saying?
Multiple trains.
Bro, it was everything. School was lit.
We got the baddies.
Facts. I can't do one. So Banneker was based. So I went to Hampton for college, and Banneker was basically like a HBCU as a high school, right? It was a predominantly black high school. We had, you know what I'm saying, African American studies classes. All of our teachers were Afrocentric in their own right. You know what I'm saying? Like everything was lit. All the teachers cared for the most part. You know what I'm saying? It was great. And the way I got to Hampton was Hampton came to my school. Hampton came to Banneker on some, at that time I probably had like a 84 average, you know what I'm saying? But at that point, I knew what I wanted to do. I was like, I want to go to college. I want to study journalism. I want to be a sports reporter here in New York. That was exactly what I wanted to do.
That's tough.
Right? And I guess because the journalism program came and they were like, you're exactly who we want, they gave me a scholarship, and it all just kind of went from there. You know what I'm saying? Granted, it wasn't a full ride. I didn't get a full scholarship. I didn't even get a half scholarship. It was anything. You know what I'm saying?
Anything is anything in that college shit.
And then from there, you just take you get one foot in the door, you put another foot in the door. You know what I'm saying? You get onto the school newspaper. You start as a staff writer. You become sports editor, associate editor, editor-in-chief, internships, Bleacher Report, all types of stuff. Yeah, it's
big time.
Like how he just slid that.
Right, he did all that. My boy did all that.
Not even gonna hold you. Bleacher Report was my first internship. That was like my first full. Like that was before Turner bought them. That was when they were still small. I became a featured columnist on there, writing about the Nets and about the Trailblazers and about the Giants. And then from there, that's where I started to build. I kind of guess my name as a sports writer. And then I went back to school. At that point, I was still writing at Hampton. Interned at NBC Sports. Interned in DC. And then what really gave me the opportunity to blow up was when I got the job at About.com. About.com, you don't equate that with sports. But for 2 years, they had a sports section. And I got hired in the last year of that section. I found the job on Indeed, honestly, on Indeed.com.
Shout out to Indeed, man.
Yeah, facts. Shout out to Connor Hughes. He's probably never going to see this podcast ever, but he was the guy that hired me. And yeah, they didn't give me any credentials. They was like, we can't get you credentials, but maybe you could try your own. Shot them an email, got credentials. And then from there, just opened the door. And I feel like that all started here in Brooklyn, honestly, because here it's like, the world is at your fingertips. You just got to go get it. You know what I'm saying? You learn that early. Like, it's like you see people run around the corner. You see someone driving a Benz. You know what I'm saying? Run around the corner. See people just have mad bread. People flossing mad cash. Like, I'm trying to get to it too. You got to get to it your own way. But you just learn to go get it, whatever you want. So that's Brooklyn for you right there.
Was that like the New York, you think that was like a New York mind state, like that just had you like, you was kind of, in a way, even if it's not, even if you're not selling drugs, even if you're not doing this, you're hustling.
Yeah, exactly.
You're on your grinding. You're
I didn't really start getting paid for journalism until 2017. When I took the job at SB Nation, that was my first full-time writing gig, and I was making entry. I was probably making. At that point I was making $40K to write.
Okay.
And that was I'd say that was probably 2017, 2016. That's probably 2016. So a year after college.
Okay.
Before that, bro, I was making $5 a story, $7 a story. I'm writing.
It's crazy.
10 stories a week, trying to write that many stories in a week. You know what I'm saying? Like I was not making bread. That's how it is. That's how the journalism game is. If you're not in a full-time gig, you're freelancing. If you're not freelancing at a big corporation, you got to freelance at a bunch of other places. And New York will train you for that, honestly, because you gotta hustle. You gotta get it how you can.
And this is like the sports capital too. Like
exactly.
One of the sports capital.
Exactly. So you always and here especially you 6 degrees of separation from anywhere, from anybody. So
so we just had this conversation. Is it 6 degrees or is it 7 degrees?
I thought it was a 6, but it could be 7. It's 7 or 6.
It might be 6.
And then
you did say it's like 6,
I was like,
7.
Is it 6 or 7?
I think it's 6.
But I literally didn't know what they was talking about.
He didn't know what it was.
But they put me on.
Oh yeah, that's the thing. That's where
you always know somebody that knows somebody else.
So you know someone that knows Obama. You know someone that knows Jeff Bezos. You'd be surprised.
Okay. Oh, 6. My guy Frank said 6. He tapped in.
Confirmed.
That's a fact. Look, when you got a good studio, you can do shit like that. You can tap in real quick.
I thought I was gonna be wrong. If I'd have been wrong, I'd have been tight because I've been saying 6 degrees of separation forever now.
You said 7, right?
Yeah, you said 7. All right, so I'm not slow. So.
Definitely said 7.
But I wanted to ask, like, who influenced you, or like who kind of pushed you to want to be a sports writer? Like, did you always know you wanted to be a sports writer?
So for me, it was either be a sports writer or be a chef. Right, I was either gonna go to journalism school or culinary school. And the conversation with my mother went. So my mother was never a writer, right? She was a designer. She was a design director for Rocawear, Derry, Calvin Klein Kids, right? She did all the girls sections. Fire. So I was sitting down with her and talking about, like a lot of times, kids would try to emulate their parents in some way, but I never had an artistic bone in my body. You know what I'm saying? Aside from drawing stick figures, that's the best it's gonna get. But like she was always like, yo, I was the first in my family to do this. You know what I'm saying? So you don't have to do what I wanted, what I did. You could do whatever it is that you want. Just like plan it out and go for it. So from there, I was like, yeah, I've always been a great writer. I love basketball. I know I'm not going to the league. I think that was what helped me the most, was just like the very early realization that I'm not going to the league.
Knowing you love this sport.
Yeah, but you gotta love it a different way, bro. I just knew if I was gonna try to hoop, it'd have been bad, and then I'd have been working at like Walgreens, age 35, it'd been bad, bro. I just knew. So I was
Shout out to the people that work at Walgreens.
I mean to drag nobody, but like, you know what I'm saying? I mean to drag nobody. Hopefully nobody that work at Walgreens is watching this podcast. But but I just knew early, like
Walgreens is crazy. He didn't even say right there. He said Walgreens.
My fault, child. I didn't mean to drag nobody.
Family Dollar. Not CVS.
Dollar General.
Not Family Mart. Not Dollar Tree.
People's Choice.
But I mean, I only brought that up to say. I only brought that up to say, like, yo, like, I knew from early, and then I had my mother as a guide. You know what I'm saying? Because a lot of people don't have that successful parent to follow and to give them advice and tell them, yo, just chase your dreams. Everything else is going to come around. And I knew, like, when I was younger, I told myself, I want to be the post for New York City sports. And right now, I feel like I work at the best New York newspaper, and I am a premier New York sports writer in this market, in the biggest sports market on the planet, right? Like, is there a bigger sports market on the planet than New York?
So.
Nope.
Right. So that's where I'm at, and that all started from my mother planting that seed in me early. Like, yo, you can do whatever it is that you want. And from there, it was just like, yo, who do I want to be like? Obviously, I watched a lot of Stephen A. But honestly, it started from boring-ass Associated Press wire stories that be in the newspapers. I read those. I'd be like, yo, these are boring. What can I do with them? So I would just take them, rewrite them in my own. I started a little blog.
That's tough, bro.
Yeah, that's
fire, bro.
Yeah.
I started a blog when I was in high school. It's called Borough Hall Ball. This was before the Nets came to Brooklyn. But I was like, yo, it's just something chill. It never really picked up, but that was where I got the habit of, okay, let me get this story in 5 to 10 minutes after the buzzer, so I know, okay, I wrote on this, it's ready to go. And then freshman year in college, I got the Bleacher Report internship, and that's where I started to really learn how the newsroom works, and that's where I was like, nah, I can actually do this. And here we are.
That's fire, bro.
Yeah.
That's big fire. And then I want to speak on, like you said, SB Nation was the first.
Shout outs to them.
Shout out to them.
They made a bet on me. They definitely took a chance on me. At that point, I had no prior full-time experience. You know what I'm saying? And I sat down for the interview, and the guy who ended up being my editor for 3 seasons was like, yeah, we think you're mad creative. Just how do you think you can fit in with us? And from there, it was just like, yo, I could write, and I'm passionate about sports. And that's all it is. SB Nation is just a big site of people who are passionate about sports. And it was like, yo, well, we kind of want you to be bigger than just writing about the game. What else can you write about? So that's when I started writing about basketball and food, how I interviewed Dwayne Wade, chef. I interviewed James Harden's stylist. I did mad different little interviews like that. And that kind of like helped me expand my brand. Yeah, SB Nation has some really good people there. They laid a lot of people off too. I kind of got out of there before the layoffs.
Right. How did that transition happen though, from like SB Nation to where you're at currently?
Bro, I woke up to an email from the editor that I have now at the Daily News on some, yo, what's up? We trying to talk. And that was it, bro. Fire. At that point, I was like, yo, nah. I knew SB Nation wasn't going to match the salary because I just knew they didn't have the budget for that. And I was like, all right, well, if y'all not going to match it, I gotta
out.
go. Yeah, no choice. Especially to cover my hometown team.
Why
you know
not?
what I'm saying? Like, why not? So
I was gonna say, did someone kind of put that bug in their ear, like Kristian Winfield right here, like boom,
like I should check him
did
out.
someone at SB do that, or like?
Nah, someone just was like, yo, my editor at the Daily News right now, his name is Kyle Wagner, shot me an email one day like, hey, I'm the editor here at the New York Daily News. Can we talk? Their office is right around the corner from the SB Nation office. I was like, hell yeah. Sat down. He was like, yeah, we're trying to hire you out. I was like, oh, copy, okay.
Right,
and at that point,
there.
it became like negotiations of salary. I let them negotiate because they didn't know what I was making at the time. I didn't want them to know.
You didn't want them to know.
And they started at a number that was already mad high. I was like, let me get 2,500 more, and then that was it. It was good. So
tapped in.
Yeah, I was like, yo, you know what? This is the perfect scenario. I'm at home covering my hometown team. I get to be around basketball all the time. Get paid to write about basketball, bro. Like what?
Son, that's
a dream. You living a dream.
That's a fact. Yeah. Like you knew you wasn't gonna make it, but like,
but you made
I'm gonna write about it, right?
I want to like play myself. You know what I'm saying? Like I knew I wasn't going to the league.
I wish Carl come to this sense.
You got hoop dreams, Carl?
No.
He could get you.
He got Shuttleworth, bro.
He get you.
You want to be Jesus
He
Shuttleworth?
don't even want to play ball, bro. He don't even want to play.
Because I know.
You telling him pull up, he be scared, bro. He spooked.
Who you compare your game to?
My game? I got players I love that I was like.
Who do you play?
I got meaning like I have players that you know I took little look at this nigga like
Sean Marion.
This nigga don't even play ball.
Sean Marion.
Nah, CP, you feel me? I got the little.
No, you better not.
You don't play ball,
you
bro.
Not.
You
I will
don't
leave
hoop.
right now.
You don't hoop. I can get people on FaceTime right now.
Bro, he said CP.
Who are you picking?
Bro?
Who are you picking? Who you picking?
For me,
I have things I use from his game.
Like for me,
I have shit I use from his game. What do you use? How do you play? Who do you play? Who do you play like, bro?
You see him play.
Who do you play like?
Look.
I got shit.
At the end of the day,
like me.
At the end of the day, Jawan, just pull up tomorrow. Just pull up tomorrow.
Thank you. Pull up tomorrow.
You don't got no videos of you?
Pull up tomorrow. We're going to see.
That's going to be that. We're going to see if he's Chris Paul or not.
Bro. I ain't say I'm Chris Paul. I said I got little shit I use from his game.
Chris Paul.
Floaters. Chris Paul also, you know how Chris Paul keeps defenders behind him.
Oh, you be doing that?
Off of screens. Yeah. That's little shit. Chris, he don't even know. He don't watch ball, bro.
He know
it's cool. It's cool. All I know is I want to see you hoop because I never seen you hoop. I just see you around hoopers. I never seen you hoop.
I seen the jumper one time on the story.
Yeah, I seen it on the story. Like he almost hurt himself. Come on, bro. Like, yo.
Oh yeah, I did see it a little.
You seen it, right? Look like he almost pulled something. that nigga went like this after.
Yeah.
He's like this after.
All right, let's continue with the podcast. Let me not talk about me right now. Let me not.
Man. Moving on.
Moving on, ladies and gentlemen.
Oh my god.
My god. All right, so I want to get into just your sports and basketball journey.
Sure.
Talk about basketball. Like I think this is something that I've been itching for to speak about with you. And basically, what I want to know is, how has it been, or covering the Nets and like being in the locker room and just hearing different conversations and being inside the locker room for the most part. Like.
It's a blessing in disguise. It's a blessing that I never thought that this particular blessing would be a byproduct of the journey, because when you're around people who do things at the highest of the high level, they drop gems for you unintentionally. Mm-hmm. Like they put you on game and they don't even know it. Like you hear somebody, for example, what's a good example? Karras, how Karras has been hurt. Karras has been hurt basically every year from Michigan to NBA. Got hurt this season, got the thumb injury. And all you hear him talk about...
he got hurt within the season and came back within that same season.
And all you hear him talk about is, I'm just going to continue to work. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to continue to work and eventually it's going to pay off. Mm-hmm. Right? And that's just one of... Every top NBA player says something along those lines. It's the work. We just go, we lost today, but we back at it in the gym tomorrow. Right. We're going to figure it out and we're going to work. And every elite player has some type of gem like that just reminds you that it's the hard work that you put in that rewards you in the end. And it's just like if he's over here hurt, if KD is out here hurt, putting in work every day, can't put no weight on his leg. What is my excuse? Why can't I roll over and scroll down the timeline and learn something new and write about it? You know what I'm saying? Why can't I hit the gym and try to burn some of this coronavirus weight off? You know what I'm saying? Like, why can't I do all these things?
Definitely been seeing you in the gym too.
Facts, bro. I be trying, but I need to be in the gym a little more. It's bad right there. but it's just like that's one part of being in the locker room, just the gems that all these people drop. And then on top of that, NBA players are just regular people, bro.
Exactly.
They
Regular people
dudes,
with a lot of money, but they don't care. They don't care about that shit, bro. They know what come with it.
Just how and that's how you make these relationships with people. It's just like, people be starstruck. Like, I don't got time for that, bro.
I ain't gonna cap. My first year, I was starstruck. First year, starstruck,
bro.
Like
my first year with About.com, they had me in the Knicks locker room and Melo was there. And at that point, I'm just out of college. I'm seeing Melo in the locker room. I'm like, Melo walks in, he got the fur on. I'm like, Melo acted different. But now once you understand and you start chopping it up with people, they all regular people, bro. They all come from the same humble beginnings, you know what I'm saying, trying to work. They all put in the work to get here. Nothing was given to them, So it's cool. That part of it is mad cool. Just understanding, he's just like me. You know what I'm saying? He's going to go home and play Call of Duty. And so he about to go play Warzone. He might run in the car. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. All these dudes are cool. They all like to eat. They all like the same things everybody else do, right? Yeah, it's crazy. He might go for a run one day and bump into Joe Harris out for a run on his own. You know what I'm saying? Like, you never know. So it's a lot of interesting little parts to it, but them being regular people, but also the gems they drop along the way. Right. And then just the little stories within a story. Like, you go have them cracking jokes in the locker room. Theo Pinson is a clown. The little bit of time that Shump was there, bro. Shump had me in tears,
I think Shump was there for like 10 days, right?
Yeah.
Shump is, I think, probably like top 5. Like KG up there too. As far as comedians, like in the league, bro. And I think it's just like his Chicago slang just puts a little extra umph on it, and the nigga is just funny, bro. Top 5 for sure.
Tears. Him and DeAndre be having me weak.
That's a fact.
DeAndre cursed me out.
DeAndre, what happened with that? How did he almost curse you out?
We was in at practice, so they got the practice facility over in like Sunset Park. And he was taking his time to like, all the media was waiting for him. Yeah, he was just like strolling, and then he was walking real slow, and he looked at me, and goes, "What, y'all waiting on me?" I'm like, "Yeah, we waiting on you. Hurry up!" But he was like, "I bet." And then he walked over there. He looked at me, he's like, "Nah, you asked me the first 3 questions." And good thing for me, I had 3 questions ready for him. You know what I'm saying?
We're always ready.
Then I bumped into him at another event. When they unveiled the Biggie jerseys.
Right.
And he was the one that wore the jersey, and then, you know what I'm saying, had an open bar type stuff. So now I'm drinking a little bit, he drinking, we chopping it up. It's cool, bro. Making those that's what goes back to say, NBA players are just regular people,
that's
bro.
A fact, bro.
That's all it boils down to.
That's fire.
Yeah, man.
Yo, I mean, I wanted to know, do you have anyone that's like a favorite reporter of yours personally that, not even that you look up to, because at this point, that's someone that you work near. Like, do you have anyone that you admire right now?
All right, so y'all gonna take this the wrong way, but one person I definitely like admire in a way is Taylor Rooks. She, because so remember how Jonathan Isaac refused to take a knee?
Yeah.
Jonathan Isaac refused to take a knee in the bubble, and the question she asked him was great. She's straight to the point. She goes, "Hey, Jonathan, Taylor Rooks, do you believe Black Lives Matter?" And she left it at that. So at that point now, you have to answer that in your own way after you did not take a knee, right? After you stood in solidarity against what everybody else is doing in the name of Black Lives Matter. And she just consistently does things like that. Like LeBron was holding the book in his hands, and she was like, "Hey, what have you?" It was the autobiography of Malcolm X. LeBron's holding the autobiography of Malcolm X.
That was so.
I'm gonna tell you right now, LeBron did not read that book.
LeBron be capping a lot of them books and shit. He did not read Godfather.
That was awkward.
That was bad.
Yeah,
he repeated himself.
OD. He was a very smart man.
It was like a 5-year-old trying to tell his story.
I'm surprised she went at that nigga like that.
She knew what she was doing.
That's what she does. I appreciate the way she does it. I appreciate who else. There's a lot of writers that I like, man. Howard Beck, Bleacher Report. He's written everywhere pretty much. He's one of the smartest. That's a guy, anytime I see him, I pick his brain for at least 20 minutes. I bumped into him at All-Star Weekend in Chicago, and I was just like, "Yo, Howard, man, you've been in the game for 20, 25, 30 years. What's the secret?" Man just spoke to me there for an hour and some change, just dropping gems about what he's been. He was just like, "Yo, man, just make sure the writing speaks for itself. If the writing speaks for itself, everything else will take care of itself." And I was like, "You know what? Say that." And then that's when you start going line by line, word for word, trying to refine your craft. Like, it's a lot of good people in this industry, man. Stephen A. obviously is another one. Just His energy is
Mario Chalmers. Look, Mario Chalmers
Stay off the weed.
y'all listen.
should not have the ball in the last 5 seconds of the quarter.
Yeah, that's a fact. But those three. Who else did I look up to in this space? Ian Begley is another one. He used to work at ESPN. He was covering New York sports. Now he's at SNY. Just people who are at it every day, consistent, like people that you go to their page and you know exactly what you're going to get. Like, all right, Ian's covering the Knicks. He's about to be talking to X, Y, and Z. He can break certain things down. Malika Andrews at ESPN is a genius. She is one of the smartest people that I know, and she's also one hell of a reporter. So many people, man. This field, and that's what kind of makes me feel blessed to have this platform, because there are so many people that are, honestly, I'm not even afraid to say, man, there's people that are smarter than me. There's people that have more connections than me. There's people that break more news than me. But at the end of the day, not everybody's pen is as strong as mine. You know what I'm saying? And that's why I've been able to hold down this spot. And it kind of just makes you feel like, damn, like, you know, you've kind of arrived, but you can't sit into that I've arrived mode. Because once you feel like you've arrived, someone comes and snatches that seat from under you, bro. So
when I want to bring up, rest in peace, like Stuart Scott, man. Right. Has he had any influence on like your craft and like your creativity and your passion?
Nah, actually, no. I just thought he was a dope dude, man. I never got a chance to meet him. You know what I'm saying? Dang, I wish I got a chance. There's a lot of people I wish I got a chance to meet. I wish I got a chance to even be around Kobe in the locker room. Never got a chance to cover him at a game. Dang, so maybe I never even got. That's one of those where I wish if I had a conversation with him, he'd have left me with so many. It's a lot of, like, I came into this field without any real mentors. You know what I'm saying? Like, I had to do my own thing.
Well,
I had
look how far it got you, though.
Yeah. I wish I had somebody. Like, imagine if I had Stuart Scott in my corner, like, yo, don't do this, do that, you know? One person that I had as a mentor very early on was Jamil Hill, which is very funny.
She real.
Yeah.
Well, she tapped in for sure,
too. When I was graduating at Hampton, I figured everyone's email address at ESPN ends with @ESPN.com. And their email address start with first letter of first name, entire last name, right? So that was the point when Michael Smith and Jamil Hill had their show. Right. So I shot an email to msmith@ESPN and jhill@ESPN.com. Apparently there's been like 85,000 Michael Smiths at ESPN in history. So Michael Smith was like M. Smith 15 or something like that. But the email to Jamil went through. And she was like, hey, Kristian, we could hop on the phone whenever. She got on the phone with me 2 days later, put me on Mad Game. She's mad cool. Yeah, a lot of these things is just like you got.
They're happening to you, bro.
Yeah, bro. I've been getting fortunate, and honestly, I've been at it so long, bro. I've been writing about sports since high school, bro. Like, it had to happen. From my mind, there was no other way this was gonna go. Like, I told myself, I'm not gonna get stuck covering high school sports. I'm not gonna be a college sports reporter. I'm gonna come home and write about NBA basketball. And
you had tunnel vision to where you wanted, to go. And it worked out.
Yeah, man.
Do you, I was going to say, like, do you have, like, an ideal end goal? Like, what's your goal?
Man, my goal is to not even be in journalism, honestly.
Word?
I'll probably be in journalism a decade is probably pushing it. I'd like to be out of there in the 33 to 35 range. But we've had reporters who have, like, parlayed themselves into front office roles with NBA teams. You know what I'm saying? We seen one, who was it? Somebody at SI, at Sports Illustrated, got a job with the Clippers. We've seen this happen over history, and why not me? You know what I'm saying? So that's always been the goal for me. Like, I always wanted to be the best journalist that I could be, but journalism was never the end goal for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to be part of a championship team. You feel me?
This is kind of like a segue.
That was the plan. It was always supposed to be a segue. You know what I'm saying? So it was always make the relationships, do great work, and then eventually make that transition over. And I've never actually said that publicly, so that's crazy. This is the first I ever told anybody.
Right, bro.
But y'all on it back here. Stop playing.
He tapped in.
Oh, boy out there.
See, look.
Whatever you get paid,
come on down to Death Row, man. You want a good podcast? Come on down to Death Row, man. He tapped in.
Lee Jacobs, Lee Jacobs is good people, smart. And I'm kind of trying to follow that mold.
If the opportunity presented itself, could you see yourself making that transition to, like, maybe like TV personality?
Yeah, why not? Why not? You know what I'm saying? People do all types of things. You know, I've been on TV before. They've had me on CBS. They've had me on CNN in the Philippines. You know what I'm saying? They've had me on a bunch of different TV stations talking. You know what I'm saying? SNY's had me on there. NBC. I've been on a couple different. I've never had my own show though. That'd be interesting. I never did that. I would definitely try to do that though. That's probably something that might be in the works sometime soon. Actually, not even gonna hold you.
If what we said, don't tell nobody.
Yeah,
we ain't gonna tell y'all again.
I was gonna say, if you did hit front office of a team, what team would you prefer, if you had a preference?
The Knicks for sure. I grew up when we grew up in New York. There was no other team, right? So when I was little, it was like, yo, and they still were no good.
I respect that.
There was no good back then, and they still not good now.
So you feel like you'd be the one. You'd be the one to make
chosen one, bro.
We're not big. Yo, I'm gonna. If we see this in the future, and I believe it will happen,
we're gonna play this back.
But just know, if the Knicks don't have, I believe you're gonna get in that front office. But if the Knicks don't have a winning record,
you gotta relax.
Down on
right?
Right.
That's what comes down. You know what I'm saying? I dealt it out. I'm gonna have to take it. You know what I'm saying? But I don't see losses in the future.
I'm rooting for you though. For
real. Big facts, bro. We're gonna tap a little bit deeper into sports.
Facts.
I have a personal question, and we could all have an input on this.
Hit me.
Where do you see these 3 free agents this summer possibly ending up?
Okay.
And where do you think a good team will be a good fit for them?
Copy.
So the 3 players we have is Brandon Ingram.
Okay.
We got Montrezl Harrell.
Okay.
And we have Fred VanVleet.
Yep. Okay.
So let's start first with Brandon. What do you think would be a good spot for him to end up at?
I think he needs to go right back to New Orleans. I don't think anywhere else makes sense. Number one, New Orleans can give him the most money, and he's not going to get no more money anywhere else. That in and of itself, no one ever turns down that rookie extension off rip. I doubt they're going to give it to him, but 5 years, 158 is the max. They probably give him something a little lower than that.
But it'd be worth it.
Yeah, and just when you see what he was able to do there last season, brought in Stan Van Gundy on the Pelicans. I think Stan's a great head coach. I don't know why he's been out the league for so long.
Right.
And you've got Zion. I think Brandon shot like 39% from 3 last season.
Most improved player.
Yeah, most improved.
Yeah, 39. You shooting 30. That was the one knock on you was A, you're a little frail. You need to get a little stronger. B, you can't shoot threes. Shooting threes at 39% could get to the rack, finish whenever. Yeah, go right back, run it back with Zion. Drew, whether they end up trading Drew or keeping him. Drew is a beautiful.
Bro,
that's the most. That's one of the most underrated players.
They sleep
for
sure.
Because you can keep him there. He's just fine. He's gonna be a free agent in a year. You can keep him there and be competitive. Maybe re-sign him, trade him, get whatever you want for him. He fits in anywhere, bro. I love Drew. But yeah, for Brandon Ingram, I would say he either goes. I don't think it's either. He's gonna be a restricted free agent. They're gonna match any other offer. If another team makes an offer, they're gonna match it. So that's a dub.
So definitely a smart move on the Pelicans to try to keep
that man. Yeah,
cool. And Montrezl Harrell. That's tough. Because you got to think about that whole team now, too, when you put them into talks.
It's tough because the Clippers were just so disappointing this year, bro. If they get to the Western Conference Finals, like, all right, don't matter. Run it back because you lost to the Lakers and you probably was going to end up losing to the Lakers anyway. But you lose to the Nuggets, who have not done this before. You know what I'm saying? This is a young team. Y'all got Kawhi. Y'all got Paul George. Y'all got all these pieces. You got 2 6-man of the year candidates. You got the best defending point guard, or at least one of them. And you go out sorry like that, but
I thought Montrezl could have been an all-star this year.
Yeah, the way he was playing earlier.
Stats were.
But then he had that whole situation where he missed a lot of games, especially in the bubble. And then he came back late, wasn't in shape. You know what I'm saying? Honestly, I think he needs to stay there. I think he needs to stay there another year or two and really try to run it back. I think the Clippers could win a ring. They just got to figure it out. Either A, trade Paul George, or B, Ty Lue better be the Paul George whisperer. Yeah. Because once that shot from Paul George went off the backboard, I'm like, oh, no.
We talking Paul George trade already?
Oh, absolutely. We was talking Paul George trade as soon as they got knocked off.
I mean, I feel like it's a lot of players that are productive that they can get in over Paul George. Not to say Paul George isn't productive, but
after this, what he showed,
I fuck with Paul George, but I just feel like it's just too inconsistent.
Yeah, it's a liability.
Chemistry is important, man. Like as good as Kyrie is, you see that one how his chemistry on that team was, and it might be different on another team. You know what I mean? It's just people don't always mesh. You know what I mean? Like, and I feel like the Clippers, the way they are, like I feel like everyone has their own style on that team, so it's not really like one tight knit group. You know what I mean? Like I feel like they think they're so good. That
that's probably the way
it's everyone thinks they're so good, and they are that good, but they're not that good in reality. You know what I mean? It just never worked out.
Yeah. Fred VanVleet is an interesting one.
Before you start, I feel like Fred should go to a team and run that shit.
No.
He's a dog.
No.
He could be a star. He's a star.
I won't say he'll have to be on the team with somebody else to run it, but I can definitely see him going to another team and at least like bringing that shit off the ground. At least if he has another player to play with.
The only thing about him, I was gonna say, he's like a scoring. He needs a point guard with him. He needs someone to pair. You got to pair him with another guard. That's gonna the way
he's not facilitating offense.
Yeah, he's not. Yeah. He's more of a scorer.
He's like a 2 in a one's body.
Yeah, facts.
I could see him staying in Toronto too, but the way I see that happening is I think the Raptors would trade Kyle Lowry back home, send him to Philly, and get some pieces for him. You know what I'm saying? Because Kyle Lowry is how old now? He's getting up there in age, and I think this is about to be the last year on his contract, so he might be able to get something back from him. He's making 30-something million. And honestly, I think the Raptors, they have that young core. You about to lose Serge. Serge is probably coming here, right? If I was a betting man right now, I'm betting Serge is coming to Brooklyn. Marcus Gasol is probably not staying. You about to have a full youth restart.
I actually like that Toronto team. I think with a few more pieces, I feel like they're still very solid. Yeah, so it's crazy how good Toronto has been over the last few years.
Shows you it's not just Kawhi, bro. Nick Nurse. That's Nick Nurse.
Nick Nurse. That's
Nick Nurse is that man.
Good coaching. Good.
They
system.
just stole his assistant in Indiana. Indiana hired him. I forget what that guy. I can't even pronounce his name. It's like Nate Bjork. Whatever. However you say his last name. Right. They stole him in Indiana. So.
Well, I'm glad you brought up assistants and coaches and a lot that's going on. Today, a very interesting thing happened. Amar'e Stoudemire has been appointed to be an assistant coach for the Brooklyn Nets. How do we all feel about that?
Well, you got to remember who he spoke to first. The first person he tried to hire was Dirk Nowitzki. Dirk was like, nah, I don't want to do it now, and if I'm going to do it, I'm going to do it in Dallas. Then we started hearing, okay, maybe Mike D'Antoni, who he obviously has his own ties with, coaching them in Phoenix. I mean, it makes sense. You're a first-time head coach. You want people around you that's
going to make the team mesh. Yeah,
but it's just, I'm of the belief that if you're trying to build a championship team, you need to have championship assistant coaches or a championship coach, right? And obviously that's not completely necessary because look at what happened in LA. Frank Vogel never won anything, and now he wins one. But you have LeBron. You know what I'm saying? You got LeBron and AD.
They got KD and Kyrie.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying.
That's at both positions.
So, but also Frank Vogel ain't no rookie. Frank Vogel was a tough coach in Indiana, and Orlando dealt him a bad hand when he was there. It's gonna be interesting. We'd never seen Amar'e Stoudemire on a sideline before. You know what I'm saying? So these are two completely rookie coaches going after it.
And I think I'm 50-50 with it, but I think because both of them are gonna come with that fight, and it's not too long to where they haven't been on the floor, so they're still gonna have that fight in them. So I think it'll be definitely something interesting to see. Specifically with KD and Kyrie, and then hopefully some new guys that they'll be bringing in. I'm interested to see what happens, to be honest.
Yeah, I had asked Steve in the press conference, which is crazy because it was on Zoom, right? Like this whole, I need this shit to stop, bro. It's getting annoying now. Anyway, I had asked him, like, you know what I'm saying, you played with Amar'e, you played with Dirk, you know what I'm saying, you played with Dwight. Are you gonna use KD and Kyrie in the same way that you played with the same way that you played with these forwards and these bigs? And he was like, I don't really want to fit them into the mold of what we did before. But you just brought Amar'e Stoudemire over, right? So y'all clearly are thinking along that same line. I think it's gonna be fun. Imagine you got pick and roll with KD and Kyrie. What? How do you stop that? Because KD's gonna pop first. Yeah, you can't guard Kyrie. That goes out the window. You can't stop him. You really can't guard KD either because he's gonna shoot over you.
Yeah. That's a good little tool.
What are you gonna do? And then you got Joe Harris on the side. He's gonna hit all the threes. You got DeAndre Jordan or Jared Allen down low. They're gonna grab the rebounds. And then you probably got another shooter on the floor, or you got Karras who can put the ball on the floor and get to the rack and create. Do
you think it's gonna be bad, needs another piece?
Yeah, they need a 4, bro. They need that 4. They need a 4. I don't think they need a star. I don't think you need a third star. I think you need role players that make sense. And really good guy, you know what I'm saying? Someone that I could go in the locker room and talk to, but I personally don't think he's the best fit. I don't think Taurean Prince is that guy for this team. You know what I'm saying? He just wasn't as good of a defender as the Nets hoped he would be, and he wasn't a consistent enough shooter. And that's what they need. Someone who's going to go out there, hit their threes, play defense. It could be Serge. It could be. There's a number of different guys. Yeah. The other thing is they don't have enough cap space. The Nets, they have, I think, $5.9 million to spend on free agents this summer. You're probably not gonna get Paul Millsap with that. You're definitely not getting Jeremy Grant with that. It's a lot of
you
players.
got to look at it too. Like, look, we got KD, Kyrie. I'll take that pay cut, bro.
Yeah, exactly. If you get in the ring, that's the other part.
Give me that.
So, names that sound nice.
I'll take a mid.
Yeah, facts.
They're not leaving. No, I doubt Jeremy Grant.
Nah, he opted out, but he's gonna resign. Yeah,
but his stock is going.
Yeah, he's gonna get the bag.
He was hooping.
He's not coming to Brooklyn.
Yeah.
The Nets are gonna have to get veterans who are not going to be able to get contracts or who want to take a pay cut, like you said, to win the championship because they don't have enough money to make a run at anybody for real. Or right, and this is where everybody, including myself, thinks they're gonna have to trade for somebody. You have to make that trade and get that for. And once you start that trade talk, it's like, all right, well, who's going to go?
And we got a lot of key pieces that could be probably put in that trade. Bro. And that should have hurt, for sure.
Yeah, bro. It's bad.
That's a fact.
I love NBA, man. He needs to come back.
Facts. I mean,
they're talking about it's coming back before Christmas, so we'll see.
Yeah, I seen like December or something. Yeah,
December 22nd. They looking at that date as starting the season because they trying to convince people that the ratings drop was just because of timing, right? So if you bring it back around Christmas, you remind people, Christmas belongs to us. I think that's what they're trying to do.
Right.
And it does. Christmas comes around, you know it's going to be basketball on.
I just want it to be back in the arenas, bro.
Facts. It's not going to be no arena. If there's not going to be no fans if they started on Christmas, bro. It's not happening.
Well, just let me and my boy Kristian.
Facts. You know what I'm saying? No other reporters in the building, bro. Just me. Facts.
But yo, I was going to say, like, to transition real quick, let's talk about music because some fire albums have dropped over these last few months. I just wanted to know, like, y'all personal opinions. What do y'all think? What's your hottest 5 albums or top 1 album that dropped recently?
Right now.
The Butcher coming, nigga.
Benny the Butcher.
Facts.
The Butcher is coming. Griselda, man.
Facts.
Yeah. Tapped in. Shout out to Carl for putting me on.
Yo,
yes,
I can't lie. Griselda owned this year.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Bro, the amount of projects they put out, bro, is crazy, bro. Like each of them, bro. I feel like they put 4 projects out each this year alone, bro. Like it's crazy, bro. Like
that's a fact.
Can I just say real quick, R.I.P. Pop Smoke, bro.
R.I.P. Pop Smoke.
I still bump his shit every day. Every day, some type of Pop Smoke comes into my head, bro.
Son, him and Kobe, I just be sitting down and be like, damn.
And Nip, bro. R.I.P. Nip.
R.I.P.
I was just starting to get a Nip when niggas got him, bro.
Yeah.
Just was starting to get into him. I was, man.
That shit crazy, bro.
For sure.
Yeah, man.
That shit is tough, but I'm definitely going with Benny the Butcher
Facts.
right now. I'm gonna give you my top 5 artists right now. I'm gonna go Benny the Butcher. I'm gonna go Don Toliver. I'm going to put Freddie Gibbs up there because I just got put onto him and I'm fucking with his music.
I never bumped that much Freddie like that,
yeah.
bro.
Like that. Carl been tapping me on the rides home. Carl been tapping me in. So I get those 3 right now. I'm going to say Trav because I'm a Travis Scott fan. And then I'm going to just say Drake because he's like...
Drake is timeless, bro. There's a Drake hit for every part of life, damn near.
Yeah, he just put out a remix with Young Blue, and that shit is fire.
Bro, as far back as I could think, there's been a Drake song that's like, yep, that got me through high school. Yep, that got me through freshman year in college, bro. Facts, bro.
This nigga be crying.
I be crying, bro. Y'all niggas don't cry when y'all be breaking up.
Cried in a Drake song, nigga.
You cry. I know you cried from a breakup.
Some light skin nigga. This nigga some light skin.
You never cried from a breakup, bro?
I really only had one breakup.
Not to no Drake song, bro.
Like, but Drake just happened to be on, nigga. I didn't put him on.
Nah, you put that nigga on. Bro. You was like, nah, I'm feeling.
I probably. I might have put that. I might have put it on.
Oh,
so cry if you need.
Oh, Marvin's room. Marvin's room.
Anything to do.
Chill, I start crying.
I start crying now. Yeah,
right,
chill out.
Oh man.
Yeah, but so that's what you feel too. You feel Griselda?
Like, I started messing with the new Benny.
Okay,
bro, he's so nice, bro.
Yeah. So I just wanted to ask, like, so do you feel like Benny the Butcher had the best album? This month?
I mean, of recent, yeah. Like I can't think of an album recently that gives you that feeling. Benny's album was fire. I'm trying to think of who
Shout
else.
out Hit Boy.
Yeah. Yes. You know, I've honestly been recycling a lot of old music. You know what I'm saying? I feel like this year
it's been tough,
just
man.
Been like,
especially in the crib, you just tapping into old music.
Yeah, I just been listening. I did this project for Finish Line. My boy Adrian at Finish Line hit me like, "Yo, we got a project coming up. We'd love to commission you to write a piece." I'm like, "Oh, what's up? On what?" Because I'm like, obviously, if I'm writing about basketball, I can't outside of Daily News pays me like, yo, you can't write about NBA stuff anywhere else. I'm like, all right, cool, that's fine. Y'all paying me for that. But he was like, yo, so the 10-year anniversary of Kanye West album, Late Registration, passed by not too long ago. And he was just like, yeah, just give it a listen and write about it. And that was the first time, like, I feel like at that point I wasn't really as aware in terms of, especially in terms of music. Like, I would be listening to stuff just for the sound, just for the energy they gave you. But when you sit there and listen to what Ye was actually talking about back then, and then you turn on the news and George Floyd got killed by an officer who kneeled on his neck for 9 minutes, and Breonna Taylor got killed by officers wearing plain clothes, battering ram the crib down, shooting people. Yo, this is stuff Ye's talking about back then. Like,
he prophesized.
Yeah, bro. I miss Ye, bro.
But that makes it so sad because it's like, how did you prophesize all this and
you
bad, bro.
Very wildin'.
It's bad.
Not voting for you.
What else, man? Honestly, Summer Walker had a fire project, man.
That's so
I never bumped it.
Bro,
her
you know I be tapped in.
Was
You know I'm tapped in.
fire.
Nah, that's fine. I didn't even tap in, bro. Can't lie.
I had a shorty put me on to something I didn't even really know. I'm like, what I doing listening to Summer Walker? Shorty, I used to.
You gotta tap into that side sometimes, bro.
Music is music, bro.
Yeah, but exactly. At that point, it was her. It was that and Chloe and Haley.
Yo, they're talented.
They went off, bro.
They're talented,
bro. That joke
Brent Fayez too. Tap in.
It's a lot of good. It's a lot of good music. They just gotta go find it. What's up? I'm trying to hear that Carl Navy though.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, cause we here now.
What's up?
We here now. Cue me up. Cue me up, Frank.
Ice up.
Cue me up, Frank.
Ice up.
Yeah.
What's up?
Cause he said he could rap in the last year.
Facts.
But we here now.
Got Jay Chris talking about the freestyle.
And I heard you been ducking him too.
Facts. What's up?
I heard you been ducking him too.
You ain't really see it, I kick it the last punt. Walk into the store, the goal is the last funds. I see green in my visuals, eyes of the raster.
Okay.
You ain't see it, stretch like elastic. Money make them crash like the plastic. You ain't know this, but it's drastic. I'm at the realm, bitch. Love me like a fucking hold on.
Okay.
I mean, I got a shorty, so I gotta keep it. Look, turn
me up, Frank. Turn me up in the headphone. Let me try. Look, turn me back up, Frank. Look, throw some words at me. Look.
Okay.
Yeah. We at the realm.
You're throwing words? Oh.
Yeah. We at the realm. We're drinking on the water. It ain't the quarter water, but I'm drinking it. They better send the bag in, cause I'm drinking it.
Facts.
That's a big fact. And I'm coming through like a type of machine. I'm off beat, but I'ma stay on track. Yeah, talk to me. Yeah, talk to me. He taking too long, so I'm going off the dome. Next thing you know, I'm about to take shorty home. That's it, baby. I'm sorry, I ain't mean that. I'm fucking up, my fault. But yeah, big facts. Yeah, that was fake. That was alright.
I'm fucking around.
I thought he was gonna freeze up.
I knew it was in there.
I'm fucking around. That beat, I've definitely tried to freestyle to that beat. It's kind of hard. Those are one of those beats you gotta write to.
Nah, let him live.
So I want to give a quick shout out to a black-owned brand, actually female-owned. It's a wellness subscription box. It's called Soulful Self. And basically each month, these subscription boxes basically provide different materials or products for black women. It's to honor them, honor their spirits, and just, promote wellness.
All right. Tap in.
We'll have it. Info will be in the bio.
I might need to tap in. Get my mom something. What type of products they be having? Like,
you gotta feel me.
I gotta take a look.
Gotta tap in first.
You gotta feel me. Subscribe. They hit you. They hit your shorty. They gonna hit your mom.
I don't got no shorty,
month.
Bro. I don't got no shorty, bro. You just remanded me.
I mean it. No.
Sad boy fall.
Sad boy. Listen to that Drake tonight. She might put you.
Man, this man is an illustrious A-list writer, man. You think this nigga be sad?
That's a
I be chilling.
Nigga, his crib look like Drake crib, nigga.
You gotta relax.
I just went the other day.
You gotta relax. Yeah, you was at the crib the other day.
Shit looking like Drake crib.
I wasn't at my crib. I was gone.
Yeah, all right.
I was lit. I was lit, bro.
All right, but definitely want to thank y'all for tuning in to episode 4 once again, and thank you, Kristian, for popping out, showing love, dropping gems, giving us these inside stories that we wish and hope to hear any chance we can get, and definitely want to, just thank y'all again for tuning in to the Realm Podcast. I'm your host, Swan, and you got
Radala. Peace.
It's your boy Carl. Peace.
This is Chris. Also, one last thing. I love doing this. If anybody that you know, and that's whoever's watching this, that you know is interested in getting into sports journalism, please hit me up. I love putting people on.
You got a mentor.
I didn't have a mentor, you know what I'm saying? So I would love to just try to put people on game, let them know what I did, try to open a door for somebody else, because if I would have had that, probably would have got here a little bit faster, you know what I'm saying? So if I could be a resource to anybody, you know what I'm saying, if that's journalism related, if that's college related, if you want to go to Hampton, hit me up. If you want to go to a HBCU, hit me up. I'm always trying to help out. So
yeah, that man said tap in. Facts. And please make sure, y'all, so we can create to, you know, keep coming with this great content. Like and subscribe, please. The button is right below. We ask you. We don't ask you anything. We just ask you to do that one thing. And like I said before, thank you for tuning in, and we'll see y'all next episode. We out.
Peace out.
Rolling with my niggas with the top down. Best believe we gon' be alright. Open up the pack and crack a Dutch down.